As we can see, so far we have completed the analysis on our mathematical model 1. This is the output of our mathematical model. So if we check on this legend right here, this is called legend. It is showing the yield strength and the maximum stress strength applied to this model right here. So if we check on this legend right here, we can see below it is showing us the yield strength of this mathematical model, and from the bottom to the left it is increasing the stress applied on this model, and the red zone is indicating the maximum amount of stress applied on this model. So if we zoom into this model right here, as you can see, this is the region where the maximum amount of stress has been applied, and this is the region where the maximum amount of stress has been applied. So as we can see, it is showing the von Mises stress, and the unit is in Newton per meter square, and the maximum amount of stress applied on this red zone is 5.78 to 10 to the power 6 Newton per meter square. It is showing us the scientific method and scientific method of stress, as we given the order to show us in this way, and the maximum yield strength is here 2.5 into 10 to the power 8. The yield strength, so the yield strength of this mathematical model, the material we have applied and the dimension we have choose, the maximum yield strength is 2.5 into 10 to the power 8 Newton per meter square. And if we apply 11,000 Newton, as you can see here, 11,000 Newton tensile stress has been applied. So the maximum stress this model will undergo is 5.78 into 10 to the power 6 Newton per meter square for this amount of force. So as we can see, this model is mathematically correct. We can go for the production of this model. Now we will learn about details about how we edit the result, and how we can show different type of result, and how we can plot the result of this mathematical model. So to do this, we will work on this. Let's right click on this stress von Mises option, stress on von Mises option. Now we will go to edit definition. If we click on edit definition, we will see the display. First we will see the display option. So the display option, if the first one is showing the type of stress we want to show here, the stress is selected as von Mises stress. If we drop down this menu here, we can see different type of stress are in here. So as far we learned from the introduction classes, we only can see the results, can see the result in principal stress or von Mises stress. So we will go with von Mises stress only, and the later option is units. So we can change the output unit if we want. If we click on PSI, the result will be, if we click OK, the result will be shown in PSI only. And again, let's go to edit definition. So if we click on KSI, the result will be shown on kilonewton. If we click OK, then we can see it is showing the result in KSI. So let's again go to edit definition. So we will keep it on Newton per meter square. Let's click OK. So this is how we can change the unit of the yield strength and the maximum strength. So again, we will talk about the other options available in edit definitions. So now if we drop down this menu here, advanced option, we can see there are two main options. The first one is node values, and the second one is element value, and others are some sub options like show as tensor plot, show plot only on selected entities, average stress at mid nodes, etc. So what is show as tensor plot? Let's click this tab here and click OK. So it is the model is now changed now. The display of the model has now changed. If we zoom in, we can see some arrows in here. So these arrows are showing the magnitude and the direction of the principal stress. As we have learned from the equation, the principal von Mises stress is better defined by principal stress. So these arrows are showing us the magnitude and the direction of the von Mises stress. The more we zoom on, the more we can see, and we can see in this area the arrows are more dense, and where the stress are less, the arrows are less dense. We can see here also. So let's go to edit definition again. So let's go to advanced, and we will unclick it. So as you can see, in this option, the tensor arrows were more dense because of the higher stress. Now again, let's go to edit definition. Now we have show plot only on selected entities option. So if we click on this, and it is saying us to select certain entities. If we select this circle right here and we click OK, then it will show us only stress applied on only these entities only. We can select other. If we go here, edit definition, and we can select other entities also. If we select these entities right here, let's select these entities, this entity, and let's click OK. It will show us stress on this face right here. So this is what show plot only on selected entities does. So we will uncheck this and this. Let's delete it, and let's delete it, and let's click OK. So the model has been restored now, and now we will learn about. Let's go to advanced. Now we will go to learn about node values and element values. So as we can see, it is selected node values right now, and if we select element values and click OK, the model, if we zoom into the model, we can see the model is now a bit rough than the previous one. As you can see here, it is a bit rough than the previous one. So this is the difference between the elemental value and the nodal value. So this in nodal value the model is more smooth, and in elemental value the model is more rough. So what is the reason of being so? Let's go to edit definition, and let's go to advanced and click node values and click OK. Remember this surface right here, and we will see the difference now. Let's click OK, and you can see clearly see the difference. So to learn about node values and elemental values, we need to explain difference between nodal stresses and elemental stresses. So during the solution process, in each element, stress results are calculated at certain location called Gauss points. So what is Gauss points? If we if we look at this image right here, in this image right here, it is showing the Gauss points. So first order tetrahedral elements have one Gauss point in their volume. Second order tetrahedral elements have 4 Gauss points. First order shell elements have 1 Gauss point. Second order shell elements have 3 Gauss points. We know what are the order elements are. So stress in Gauss points can be, for nodal values, stresses in Gauss points can be extrapolated to element nodes. Most often, one node is shared by several elements, and each element reports different stresses at the shared node. Reported values from all adjacent elements are the average to obtain a single value. This method of stress averaging produces average stress result. What we are seeing here, this is the average stress result for the nodal value. And if we now go to edit definition, we go to advanced and we click on element values and click OK. This is showing the elemental values. So the stress values from all Gauss points within each element can be averaged to report a single elemental stress. So it is stress on a single element only. And although these stresses are averaged between Gauss points, they are called non-average stress elements because the averaging is done initially within the same element only. Here the average for this elemental value, the average is done only one element, and for nodal value the element has been done, the average has been done taking all the elements. So this is the difference between the elemental value and nodal value. Now let's again go to edit definition. We have learned about these all. Let's click on node values and click OK. Now we will learn about modifying the result, how we can modify the result. For that we will need to again go to edit definition. Here beside edit definition there are options like chart options and settings. Let's go on chart options. So here on display options, as you can see on display options, we have sub options like show minimum annotation. If you click on this, it is showing us the minimum amount of stress applied on this model. And if we click on this show maximum annotation, it will show us the maximum amount of stress applied, in which area the maximum amount of stress has been applied, as you can see here. So we will unclick this, and then we have also option like plot details. If we uncheck this, it will remove this option. Here we can see the details of the plot. So here this the model name is showing, then the study name, then plot type, static nodal stress. We have selected nodal stress only. Then the deformation scale are also showing. So if we uncheck this, the details, plot details will be gone. Then the next option is show legend. As we can know, this is the legend. So if we don't want this, we will just uncheck this and it will be removed. So we need that, we will click OK. So if we uncheck this also, we can automatically define maximum value. We can change the maximum value area. If we click on this, as you can see the red area, we can change the color, specify color values above the maximum value. It allows us to select the maximum value we want to apply on this model. We will uncheck on this and we will click on automatically select value. And the next option is position and formatting. So this allows us positioning the legend right here. If we increase or decrease these numbers, we can reposition the legend as we want. And the next option is about the thickness of the legend. If we click on thin, the legend will be thin, and if we click on thick, the legend will be more thicker. So these are the general options, and this is how we can change the chart options. That the next option is settings. So what it allows us to change the color of this legend. If we click on edit color, we can change the color of the boundary right here. This is just a minor option right here. And here we have fringe options. So what fringe option does, if we click on here, if we click on point, it will show us the point of the stresses are being applied. As you can see, the red points are the stresses, where red points are denoting where the number of stresses are higher, and the color is changing, and by this the amount of stress has been lowered. So this is about point. And if we click on line, it will show us line instead of the whole area, it will show us only the line and the result of the stress or force. And if we click on discrete, it will show us the discrete figure of this model. And if we click on continuous, the model will be shown as a continuous model. So these are the options by which we can modify the result. So the next option will be in our next lecture we will learn about section plot. So for now, this is all about the stress and the, let's just first save it. This is all about showing the result and in different methods and modifying the result as we needed. So thank you guys. I will catch you in the next one.